Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where two leading American research associations are appealing the FCC's hard-edged dictum against the use of automated dialers. And then we're going to speak with Patrick Comer about the renaming of his formerly sample-based company. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. We have dedicated significant time, to say the least, in recent weeks to the FCC's new TCPA regulations, which prohibit the use of automated dialers to reach mobile phone users. And it also imposes $500 per violation penalties and opens the door to very real legal threats on behalf of receivers of these unsolicited automated calls. TCPA is so worrisome a concern that CASRO and MRA together have filed a motion with the FCC to modify or clarify how researchers may be able to contact respondents. The associations unequivocally have stated that, quote, automated equipment is an essential tool of survey and opinion research, end of quote, in their filing. Now, it's perhaps an exaggeration to state that the industry will breathlessly await FCC's reply, but let's be honest about it, there is very much at stake. Next, Federated Sample is renaming itself LUCID today. You'll see the release to that effect coming out later in the day. And CEO Patrick Comer clued us in on what the change means to its sample and sampling using customers. As you will hear, LUCID represents obviously much more than a name change. It's the opening step towards better, more complete servicing of clients' evolving needs with and about sample.
We're very excited to be coming out as LUCID today. We've been Federated Sample for 5 years, so we're now moving into the growth stage of a software business, and we wanted to clearly represent LUCID as a software company. We wanted to clearly show to the market where our future is, which is as a software business in the market research space. And in terms of where we're going, some of the new features and things that our clients can expect out of us as we focus on software development, providing capabilities to them and those users on the Fulcrum platform. Probably the most interesting area out of the gate is really around panel recruits. So our clients have asked not just to be able to buy and sell sample programmatically, but also to be able to build panel programmatically. So our clients that are building very specific customer panels for their brands, but also they're building larger access panels for buying and selling sample. They're looking for an easy solution to get access to panelists as they're trying to recruit and build new panels. And of course, one of the areas that they're looking for help with is not just the technology side of making it easier to buy and sell, but also looking at new markets outside the US. We've seen that the programmatic sampling has been growing at 4x. So we've had 200% growth outside the US over the past 12 months. So those markets are growing much faster than the US is right now, which means that programmatic is really taking off in a lot of markets. One great example of a new market for us that's really become the 4th largest market is Australia. We went out and specifically looked for the right buyers to provide a demand on the marketplace and the right suppliers. And then once you can actually find the first real buyers and sellers in a given market, it starts to take off. Now, some of our largest clients out there, which represent 4 of the top 50 market research firms, are obviously global and buying a lot of sample globally. But we get requests for some of the craziest countries every single day for our exchange. But it's good to know that on a monthly basis, about 70 different markets are bought and sold on the Fulcrum marketplace.
Patrick, is it more expensive to get those names internationally than it is to get them in the U.S.?
You know, they're quite, pricing dynamics are very interesting. For example, in a competitive market like the UK, you can find very competitive pricing because there's a lot of competition for that sample. But in smaller markets that are not utilized as often, let's take in Indonesia or Malaysia, you may find slightly different or more expensive sample. But the reality is that using an exchange in a marketplace like Fulcrum, it gets you to the optimal price at this moment for sample.
Another area that is obviously quite bustling is B2B. I'd assume that you're going to try to make some more inroads there.
Providing quality controls and really giving comfort to the buyer that the sample or the respondents that they're getting are who they say they are becomes more and more important. And what we're starting to realize is we're relying more and more on third-party credentialing, whether that's social media credentialing or working with partners like Imperium or TrueSample and helping credential a respondent. But really, B2B is becoming a very important part of the market. And we're seeing more and more buyers using our technologies to acquire and validate B2B respondents, whether that's going to be technology or even healthcare respondents, and starting to see that also happening internationally.
That's your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. You're invited to check out sotech.com. In fact, I'm going to recommend you do so because you never know when you're going to need a truly superior research and survey organization, one that not only knows how to do things right, but has been at the cutting edge of making things better for a long time. Have a great research day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.